It's not really a secret that the 2025 NFL draft class is pretty weak at quarterback, so what I've decided to do is add in a generational prospect who retired at the top of his game before the age of 30, which is only one guy you can think of when you say those words, and that, of course, is Mr. Andrew Luck, a guy with a little bit of speed, a lot of accuracy. These are actually almost the one-for-one ratings that he actually had all the way back in Madden 13. And really, this is just my way of making an excuse to do an Andrew Luck career resimulation. Now, I will say there's probably going to be a couple of Colts fans that aren't going to be happy with this one for obvious reasons, but I still think this should be a good one. So if you guys enjoy this and you want to see more videos like these, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and suggest which player you'd like to see next. I think there's a pretty obvious choice you could do, maybe from this very class, perhaps, as a next one. But pick one overall, the Tennessee Titans. They almost always take Cam Ward. It's probably going to be Andrew Luck as the number one overall pick. Yeah, pretty obvious reasons why maybe Colts fans wouldn't be super happy with this one. But here we are, up to the podium. Spot on, just looks just like him. There might have been a different face that might have been a little closer, but whatever, dude. Looks good enough to me. Andrew Luck wearing a Titans uniform. That'll get everyone happy, of course. Hey, look, the Colts took Tyler Warren. A lot of times I see Tyler Warren these days in this draft class fall into the second round, so that's kind of cool. Titans, though, they end up going with Luck. They get Pierce in the second round. Okay, I can live with those. Still am wondering how this is going to work out. But yeah, Andrew Luck, 84 overall. Obviously an X factor. Look at those ratings. Of course, some of these other, jukeability ratings, I changed them all, but maybe not the best. Toughness is 69. I guess EA just knew something. They just knew something, I suppose. Because no matter what your injury history is leading up, usually EA is pretty fair. They're like, yeah, whatever, dude. The NFL is a different story. But no, they're like, nope. You are prone. The only rating that's really wrong from that game is awareness and under pressure, because under pressure wasn't a rating back then, I don't believe. And then awareness was low because I imagine you put it higher than what they did have him at. He would have been in a 90s. But obviously looks great. Looking to be Rookie of the Year before he even steps out on the field. But let's find out. That Titans scheme, I'm not really sure what it's capable of. By the way, is that actually the Titans jersey number font? It looks like mirrored or backwards or something. I don't like it. I don't think I like it. All right, this is what the Titans are looking for year one. I gotta say, man. This is likely going to be Cam Ward instead of Andrew Luck, and I don't envy him. Actually, I envy him a lot. I don't envy him once he steps out on that field, though. Everything else, sure, but stepping out on that field, his life is in danger. I'm going to be real with you. Sorry, Titans fans. You're just going to get rolled today. But defense, okay. I can live with it. For now, we're going to roll with the Titans offense, but we might move to the Chiefs or the Packers or something like that if it doesn't work out, because even though the weapons aren't great, it's Andrew freaking Luck, dude. He really didn't start out with amazing weapons. There was some okay weapons there, right? Does Reggie Wayne really count? Probably not. T.Y. Hilton, he was a pretty good receiver for a while, but didn't have amazing weapons. There's definitely better duos in the league right now that, teams have for their QBs. So, he should still at least be pretty good. And really, to no one's surprise, the Titans go 6-11 to start it out. If Andrew's Luck is smart, he'll just retire again. He's going to retire at 29 again. Not a bad year. 25 touchdowns, 11 picks, 4,200 yards for a rookie. But in general, a rookie playing for this team scheme. Once again, I don't really pay attention too much to the Titans, but I don't ever see them turn around, make the playoffs, win some games, anything like that. So, yeah, pretty fitting, pretty understandable, pretty expected. Could still be and should still be the Rookie of the Year, and he will be. Very own teammate almost won it as well, but at least he got Rookie of the Year, so that's automatically a notch under the belt that I'm not saying is hard to win as a QB, but it's also something that's not guaranteed. And for their draft, they go with another pass rusher, obviously this time in the first round rather than the high second. Middle linebacker, not the fastest, but then a wide receiver, Joey Flowers, in the third round. Very athletic, but not the strongest draft I've ever seen, but they're at least addressing some important positions at the spots. Middle linebacker is a little too high, but edge at this spot, not bad, although that finesse is low, but he is hitting maybe a little bit a little too high for them in a linebacker, but for the edge, obviously first round, especially high first round, not a bad spot for it. All right, Andrew Luck, 91 overall, Season 2 X Factor, jukebox homer, safety valve, tight out, closer, pro reads. Very accurate, obviously looking really good. And yeah, entering year 2 with a different scheme. We're going to go with the Colts scheme. Very fitting, huh? I think that makes a lot of sense. Conquo is a freaking superstar. That's pretty cool. And yeah, there's the defense. And it might be all because of the scheme, but pretty surprisingly, the Titans have found their way into the playoffs. Going against the Jaguars as well. I mean, I'll show you guys, but didn't force any wins or anything like that. Because I suppose I do have a horse in the race, right? Like, I want to win a Super Bowl or two. I want it to be, feel like it's worth our while. Damn. Okay, we got some receiving numbers in there. Andrew Luck, 35 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,000 yards. Rushing was pretty bad. Receiving, yeah, I mean, for one fella. For the rest, not so much. But sure, there you go. Offensive line, left tackles, the sacks are pretty high. Dan Moore, I know not a lot of Titans fans were super ecstatic about that one. But Pierce, 9 sacks, already kind of climbing up the ranks a little bit. Combs, rookie, not going to win Rookie of the Year. Hooker, pretty good. Kicking, fair enough. Punting, not the best. Barrett Carter's playing punter for us. Okay, fantastic. Okay, we do win Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, obviously going to win Best Wide Receiver as well. And no other award wins, but in the playoffs, didn't even expect to get that far. So everything's just gravy at this point, which we lose. Okay, I mean, it's the first playoff game for Andrew Luck, so you kind of need to take a look. Where is it? He is a 2 touchdown, 1 interception. Not so great. Not the worst I've ever seen performer. But yeah, kind of a sucky loss. And with pick 22, the team goes O-line in the first round. Mr. Garrett Montague could actually be superstar to have. 345, it's a huge frame. A lot of the really big dudes do actually have superstar. Not going to be the case this time, unfortunately. Middle linebacker again in the second round. This one I can get a little more on board with because of the speed, hidden development trait. He actually does look pretty damn good for a 70 overall. Better than most players that are higher than that. So not a bad pick there. Then they go safety. 69 overall. Could still be hidden as well. And he is. Titans actually hit on some pretty good hidden devs. Got 3 minimum. That running back's probably going to be 4. Now he is normal development trait, but still a pretty damn good class. Another season going. Zach Besh. He's that Besh. Wide receiver 1. Looks to be the wide receiver 1 for the long term. Team talent is really just not even coming close to where Andrew Luck is right now. 96 overall. 99 short. 97 medium. Pretty damn good deep in the 90s as well. Basically everything is in the 90s now. I actually have the XP sliders on 130 across the board as well. So this could be even crazier if we were on our normal 150 that we would do for an actual rebuild. Looking at the defense, I don't know why you're not starting this guy. You got to start the hidden dev, right? Sweat looking pretty good, 85 overall. This defense actually not looking half bad, honestly. So we'll see. O-line's getting there a little bit too. I can live with it. I think this team might be another playoff performer. And okay, absolutely not going to be the case. Arguably the number 1 overall pick. No point in showing you the win-loss on that one. Looks like we might be headed to another new scheme, as that absolutely did not work. Not even a point in looking at the stats. The only thing it would maybe confirm is, if lucky, especially for this conference, Pro Bowl, maybe. Even that, I wouldn't put money on it. Chargers win a Super Bowl, and they did have number 1 overall, and they went tackle. 6'7", Emmanuel Love. He does look pretty good, especially as a pure pass blocker, but I mean, even if this guy's superstar, I can't even say that's a good pick. And he's obviously not, so yeah, the guy could be superstar, and I don't even know if that's the right pick. I really don't. But they get a couple of DBs, and then, shockingly enough, quarterback, of course, in the 4th round. But hidden dev, you just never know where the team's head is. Maybe they are going to move on from him already. They're like, he's going to cost a lot of money. We're just holding him back. Let's trade him to the NFC and just restart later on. I don't know. It'd be really stupid, but sure, I guess. That's the argument. We are now on to season 4. The wide receiver room really doesn't get much better. Obviously, we're, in-house progressing, but as far as, bringing in a big name or getting long-term development, You've only really got one guy on the offensive side of the ball that's going to be able to do that. Defensively, it's not really looking much better. Edge at least got a lot of potential, but yeah, this team's got to do a little bit better on offense. They need more skill position players. Now, it's not a great season, but kept the Colts scheme, and we ended up winning the division, which is actually kind of wild. Barely, though, at 8-9. Texans were like right up there with us, and unfortunately lost that final game. They had a little bit of a win streak, 3 in a row, and then just lost right at the end. Let's take a look at those stats. None of our guys in the top 3 have been kind of lucky and seen those, but not this season. Andrew Luck, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks, 4,100 yards. Arguably his best year, I believe. Got a couple more rushing to go with it. Definitely not going to be MVP, but could make the top 10, which would be at least still some sort of milestone. And you do not see him there. A little surprised. I really thought he was going to make the list, maybe number 8 to 9, or 8 to 10, I should say. Any award wins at all, it will appear to be no. But you're in the playoffs. Doesn't matter if you're 8-9 or 5-12. As long as you're in, everyone basically has a restart. We're at home as well. And like we talked about, they end up winning. Now they got the Bengals, same division. They win that one. A gauntlet of teams going against the Chiefs now. And of course, with that contract extended, will confirm a loss to the Chiefs in the championship round, which is... it's definitely something. Hopefully it doesn't mean he's going to retire. Maybe we could have looked at some of those performances. I mean, 2 wins. Pretty impressive. I really, for a moment, believed it was destiny they were going to win it, but nope. Chiefs, as usual, prove it's their destiny instead. 28-16. Luck played better. Outplayed Lamar Jackson. I mean, obviously, Lamar could have had a bunch of rushing touchdowns. Doesn't matter, though. Best quarterback here. Very similar. So, I mean, once again, another argument of who played better, but give Joe Burrow the slight nod, which, fair enough. Mahomes definitely outplayed Luck. There's no question about it. Not that, well, I can't even say no question about it, but the interception doesn't help. I'll put it that way. But the accuracy was pretty bad from Mahomes, but the interception ultimately is likely what costed the game. Giraffe recap, pick 29. Some really low overall players here. Normal dev. Oh, that is maybe the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I haven't watched Human Centipede start to finish. I've seen some clips here and there. Doesn't come close. Doesn't even rank relatively close. Trey Sherman, hidden development trait though. Looking pretty good actually. Let's see what we got for that dev. I mean, you needed to be an X Factor to make up for that first round pick. That first round pick is diabolically bad. All right, here we are for what could be the final season as a Titan for Andrew Luck. This is year number 5, which means that this would be his 5th-year option season, assuming that's the route they went, which is usually what the ad does, meaning they need to sign him to a long-term contract or he goes to free agency. This team doesn't seemingly have a lot of expensive players, so I don't see why they'd have a problem, re-signing him. However, you look at their backup quarterback, Iglesias. He is a superstar, a little bit younger, really good throw power, 99, but ultimately still on a rookie deal. And believe it or not, we actually make the playoffs. 10-7. Fair enough. We win the division, so that definitely helps. 2 wins over the next team. Back in the playoffs. I mean, it's going. I don't know if it's going well or if it's going better or worse than expected, but it's definitely going. Second half of the season was amazing compared to the first half, obviously. But let's take a look at the stats and awards. Andrew Luck, still with that Colts scheme. Maybe we need a change up. I don't know. Could be his last season like we talked about on this team. Will he be gone? Will he not be gone? His team should have the money, which if they do, I would imagine he sticks around. But let's find out after this season. I mean, especially if he wins something, maybe more of a reason to stick around. But honestly, if I'm him and I'm the talent he is, yeah, I'd probably go to a team that is a little bit better than this. 29th in yards is actually kind of crazy, though. Looking at, that's the wrong side. The award wins. Not a great year, but yeah, I mean, number 5, almost a Pro Bowler. Not bad. Is that freaking Gibbs and the Patriots? It is. Well, that's it. I mean, the team made it pretty damn far already. I would argue it's only getting better, right? And it's irrelevant as they lose by 1 to the Ravens. Oh my, that sucks. By 1 singular point. Could have been a miss freaking field goal. Luck, really good. Once again, outperforming Lamar Jackson. Basically a perfect performance. Just not enough points. Kicking? Of course. Of course, like we said. A missed field goal, that's pain. On top of it, the Ravens actually win the Super Bowl, so we lost by 1 to the Super Bowl champions. And we're sitting just outside the draft because Andrew Luck is gone, and he is a Buffalo Bill. Look at the money they signed him to, by the way. It must be astronomical, right? 27 years old. He's going to be here for a while, I imagine. Let's actually take a look how many years that is. It's got to be at least 6? 5 or 6? 7. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's quite costly. Sure. All right, we're headed to Buffalo. That's not a bad team to join, but I don't know what the roster looks like. Looking at the draft recap, pick 10 overall. This team needed a QB too, because I don't know where Josh Allen is, but he's not on the team. I mean, the QB they have isn't terrible. It's just he's not Andrew Luck, right? He's not as good as him. Jeremiah Pendleton, normal development trade to pick 10 with only 73 finesse. Is a massive sell. Like, that is horrible. Then you get a free safety, 73 overall. Figured he'd be good, and he is. Hidden development trait, great hit power, great man and zone coverage. Miles better than their first-round pick. And then in the third round, linebacker, outside linebackers, I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. They're almost exclusively all block shedders, and then they're normal. Of course, they landed some decent players later on, a fullback and a running back, Jared White. Curious to see that fullback, dude. I'm thinking hidden, right? He's got 90 speed. He's got to be a superstar. He's not. That's a running back. Maybe the fullback isn't 90 speed. He is 86 speed, though. That's still really high. And yeah, he is hidden, so they land themselves a pretty decent fullback. Elbow pads are looking sick, too. Year 1 on the Bills. Dalton Kincaid, the X Factor. Wheeler backup, 82 overall X Factor. Shakir's an 89. Watkins, 80 overall star. Anderson, 85 overall, 27-year-old, though. Not the best work, but at least they're okay. I mean, he's okay. What about James Cook? He's got to be, like, regressing to the ground. Yeah, he is. Defensively, Rousseau looking good. Nolan's crazy. Branch, this is a defense. This is a team that actually has a pretty damn good defense. I don't even know why they went safety. They don't even really need them. But fair enough. I can live with this. Assuming this is the Bills scheme as well, this could be a playoff team that does some damage. And yeah, 12-5. The number 6 seed because the Dolphins were better than us. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Rodgers. Oh, crap, I forgot to make Rodgers old again. I actually did fix... Wow, what a season. I actually did fix Rodgers' last rebuild. I actually did full-on rebuild, but forgot to change him here because, I'm just kind of thinking of our side rather than anyone else. Rousseau, Branch, Nolan... Interceptions are decent. Kicking's pretty good. This is a pretty damn good season. Definitely better than anything we've seen before this. First team on a new, your first year on a new team. MVP. What a freaking year, dude. Well, that's definitely helpful. Nice. Also, we didn't see how the Titans did. Because almost every time we, have a guy leave a team, that team always does really well. Maybe we even wins the Super Bowl, but not here. Not today. Well, let's see. MVP of the league, but on the road. Can Andrew Luck get it done? He gets it done the first time. Going against the Dolphins, who stole our division by 1 win. Wins that one. The Ravens lost by 1 on the Titans. Wins this one. And his first year on the Bills is a potential Super Bowl winning one. Of course, we're not going to look every single time at the performances, but it's the Super Bowl. We got to at least, if we can see one Super Bowl win, gotta go in there and watch it. Gotta slow sim this thing. Well, maybe not slow sim it, but at least watch the sim as it is a rainy one. End of the game. Come on, Andrew Luck. Looks like he might have thrown a pick there, actually. Driving down, just not getting any points. Right before Av get a touchdown. That's massive. Another touchdown. The Saints are going away, though, with a huge rushing touchdown of their own. 10-point game. 7-point game. The offense has had its chances. The offense completely chokes. And they lose the game. Oh my, Andrew Luck must have had a horrible game, dude. I'm talking multiple picks. Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions, dude. He folded. Lost to Shedeur Sanders. He gets a Super Bowl win before him while drafted after him. That is tough. Like, that is an unbelievable level choke. Kool-Aid McKinstry with both, mind you. I mean, let's look at these highlights. I mean, thought it was an interception, like, right here at the end, no? Maybe I'm wrong. I swear it looked like it was a pick right there at the end. Either way, what a choke. Like, that is really bad. All right, pick 31. They go with linemen. They're like, screw it, we got to get some linemen. They get a right guard and a left guard. The rest of the draft class, though, is pretty mid. They do end up with a 6'6", 344-pound hidden. And then on the other side, R.D. Hall, also hidden dev. So some good offensive lineman picks, but that's really as far as the draft went for them. All right, year 2, and the fullback was superstar, by the way, but year 2, I don't know where the linemen are, but we'll have to, I guess I can't force them because we're just following. You know, there's other teams that are going to be doing the exact same thing where they just fail to start the right guy. But yeah, defensively, not bad. Rousseau, X-Factor, Branch, X-Factor, Nolan, X-Factor, Nobles. He might have been an X-Factor already, but Childress didn't go up in dev. But yeah, you have an opportunity like that to close out a Super Bowl win, you got to take him in. Because, I mean, it's hard enough to win a Super Bowl when we're rebuilding the team and we actually have, you know, good draft picks and good, you know, roster management and free agent decisions and all that. The AI is not like that. They get like a window or two, and it's over after that. Oh, not a great season, but more importantly, going against his former team, the Titans. Very interesting. Andrew Luck, nowhere near, well, I wouldn't say nowhere near, but just not as good as his MVP season, but still a good one. Should be in the list, top 10 for quarterbacks for MVP. Pass rush is actually looking pretty damn good. This is a really good team, so, I mean, there should be right back up there with another chance at it. Andrew Luck, number 7, as far as best QB goes, number 4, so if he doesn't make the Super Bowl and the other, you know, one of those other guys does, I'm pretty sure he's in the Pro Bowl, so statistically, that could add to him. But here it is, revenge against the Titans, which they do win, so there's that. That's an automatic massive W. Pressure's off. Then they lose to the Chargers, so it's kind of like, well, did it really matter too much? They're going hard on the O-line. They go left guard, right guard, then they go right tackle, left tackle. That is actually kind of crazy. 23 years old, you know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about it. Especially for an offensive lineman. Those guys take so much to develop. Oh my God, 2 23-year-old linemen, and one of them's not even freaking hidden. Sell. Andrew Luck starting to get so good that he's got extra upgrade points. That's never going to let you upgrade that scrambler, by the way. Not a hope. 29 years old now, which is he would have been playing his final season. So this is kind of monumentous, if you will. Team's kind of regressing, though, I will admit. Defensively, sort of regressing, kind of. Noble's just, I mean, not looking back. He's insane. Absolutely insane. This team looks good still, though. And at 9-8, the Bills miss the freaking playoffs altogether. It feels like wrong that Andrew Luck would just, you know, be a 99-plus overall and just can't make the playoffs consistently here. I mean, the team really must have taken a hit. Decent performance again. Will he win anything with it? Probably not, but... oh, maybe. Pro Bowl, number 3, fair enough. Number 3 quarterback, guaranteed Pro Bowl spot. There's no way you're going to convince me otherwise that there isn't some sort of system in the game that makes it where a team that loses a really highly influential good player, look at that season by Jamar Chase, by the way, has a better chance or not. Like, they obviously do. Like, who do the Titans have at quarterback? I know they have that superstar. Maybe that is who they're rocking, and he's actually not bad. But, damn, dude, he's in the... brother! Okay, it was a pretty high morale. 90 overall is still really impressive, though. 99 throw. Dude's insane. 77 overall running. But yeah, like, this team is nowhere near as good as this Bills team yet. We couldn't even make the playoffs, and they win a Super Bowl without Luck. That's crazy, dude. Big 18 overall, they go cornerback, who looks pretty good, but the rest of the class just looks horrible from there. Cornerback's also 23 and normal. Honestly, the way we're watching some of these drafts go, I'm honestly surprised we don't win more rebuilds, more Super Bowls in our rebuilds. I mean, these teams are drafting horribly. But you got a team like the Bills that are like on the cusp of greatness. They make it to the Super Bowl, they barely lose, and then they just have a couple of stinker drafts, and it's just GG. Whereas something like that happens to us, and we just only get better. I'm learning things out here. Another season. Is Andrew Luck 30 now? Or is he 31? He is 30 years old, still going strong. Roster, however, can't say the same around him, especially the wide receivers. You know, Shakir, wide receiver 1 still, even though he is an 80 overall. Tight end looks great, but I think he's more of a blocking tight end. I'm not sure for, 100% sure. Nah, not really. More just a possession guy. Fair enough. 28 years old. It's not terrible. Probably lasts till 32 as a decent overall. Defensively, this is where the team kind of shines a bit. I don't know who Hunter is. He's got to be old by now, right? 27-year-old, and they're just not starting him. I mean, that's a bit of a waste, but... All right, let's see if we can get back to the playoffs. Team's kind of falling off a little bit here. Move that guy up for him. Look, I'm already cheating. And they do make the playoffs. However, not going to get the bye week at 13-4, which is kind of wild to me. Titans make the playoffs again. They do make the playoffs again, so they could do back-to-back. Let's take a look at those numbers, though. Andrew Luck. Touchdowns keep dropping, though, I will say. It's one thing that I've noticed. Watkins is killing it, but those touchdowns, they keep falling lower and lower. Not in the top 10 for best QB. Number 5, best MVP at least. The Titans quarterback, however, was on the list for MVP. How in the hell did the Titans lose Andrew Luck and do better because of it? That's crazy. Won the first game, lost to the Ravens. Man, the Ravens are literally pissing me off. But what can you do? I mean, they're supposed to win. That's their choice. That's their goal. As you have the Colts now. Like, are we just getting trolled? You have his former team, the Titans, and then real-life former team, the Colts. They do lose, in fairness, which they're against Washington, who obviously took RG3. What is actually happening around here? Oh, my Lord. Either way, let's go to the draft. That's crazy, dude. Maybe it's not crazy. Maybe it's adequately normal, and I'm just... I don't know. I'm just over-exaggerating, but the coincidences are insane, no? As they have another horrible draft. They get a running back, only a 72 overall, mind you. He's hidden dead, but he is super tiny. 5'9", 189. He's a good player, I suppose, but damn, dude. That draft is bad. By the way, the team still has Shakir at the number 2 spot, but worse than that, they lost Greg Rousseau. It could have been retirement, to be fair. It's pretty deep down the line here. Probably would even argue, not even probably, but maybe that's just what happened. Guaranteed. But yeah, this team, no more Greg Rousseau. Huge hit. He always does well in Sim, so this could be a missed playoff time. Could be a closed window time. Okay, never mind. They do make the playoffs at 12-5. Still no one really near the top of the list for, top 3 yards or anything like that. Luck, though, 32 touchdowns, 4 picks, 4,300 yards. It's got to be up there in the MVP category, especially when you add another 4 on the ground. That rookie running back was horrible, but that is the scheme for you. Shakir at an old age, once again, proving it's all about the scheme, baby. Watkins, though, he's really developed into that number 1 for this team. Pass rush, the loss of Rousseau might have been a good one. Who would have thought? 4 guys at double digits. I would have never thought in a million years. Really would have never thought it. Luck, number 5 for MVP. Anthony Richardson has been killing it, and he's not looked back. Let's see if we get anything for QB. Got to be in the top 3, and he is. MVP, or best QB, number 3. MVP, number 5. Here it is, back in the playoffs. I mean, he's had a lot of chances, right? Like, he's been in the playoffs a lot. Unfortunately, also a lot of that happening where we just lose pretty early on, and, tail between the legs, we're back to the drawing board instantly. That's why I like to go into the games during our rebuilds, because that's so lackluster. You spend so much time in the offseason, right? Free agency, draft, realigning the team, doing a couple of training camps, taking a look at the stats, obviously, after the offseason, and how you fared in the regular season. You sim once and it's over. Even at least if you go in, you get a couple of minutes of watching the team try to get down the field, but yeah, it's so over so quickly if you just sim like this. And for this draft, actually not bad, especially with the pick 24. They landed 2 linemen, a corner, who is 87 speed, and then a defensive tackle. Yeah, I mean, just like, you draft a guy named Quick, and he's slow. What are you doing? What are you doing for yourself? It doesn't ever go well when you do something like that. But the rest of the picks actually really good. Yo, Andrew Luck. I know he's like 32 now, but already regressing. That seems a little early. Am I off here? 15 points. I mean, I guess 32 years old. We'll see how hard he regresses. He might retire like 35, 36 at this rate. Rest of the team, though, they need some wide receivers. I mean, this is not really how you go about it. He's 26. He's not really going to develop from there. I mean, you'd have to, once again, be using the team and just throwing the ball to nobody but him. Even Barry Watkins, he's looking like he needs to be replaced. 86 overall, 30 years old. It's not getting better from there. Defensively, I mean, they've managed to get some pretty good DBs. Linebackers aren't bad. Pass rush, not bad at all, especially after last season. Don't know how those edge rushers are still normal dev, but fair enough, whatever. Oh, I thought we missed the playoffs at first glance, but you look a little closer, it's a 14-3 bye week season. I was wondering when this is going to happen. Also, the highest team besides us was 11 wins, which also happens to be the Colts. Yeah, the Titans also in it. A lot of those coincidences, man. I'm just saying. Let's take a look now. Andrew Luck. Picks are a little high. Yards and touchdowns about, average usually. Barnett, he's getting a little bit better. It's not by much, and it's taken a while, but it's happening. Receivers just all over the place. O-line kind of all over the place. Pass rush has been, once again, killing it without Rousseau, which really does shock me. I can't believe that, but also Walter Nolan giving me a reason to maybe draft him in one of these rebuilds coming up. Drake May wins MVP. Andrew Luck at number 5. He's been hovering around number 5 quite consistently. Number 3 every year pretty much for best QB. Iglesias, the Titans quarterback, unless he's gone now, also right there in the top 3. But already the divisional round without having to play a single game. But then you have the Steelers, so we'll see what happens. Come on, Buffalo. There you go. 1 win away from the Super Bowl again. The Jets, interdivisional. And it seems like they did win. It seems like they won. Here it is. The Seahawks versus Bills, a tiny tie to them. The old Marshawn Lynch, not really much, but it's still there. It still exists, in my opinion. It still counts, damn it. I don't care if I had to pay for it. End of the game, Andrew Luck. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened in real life, but if he wins the Super Bowl here, it could have been one of those situations where if he would have just played a little longer, could have retired a Super Bowl champion. But either way, 14-14. Don't know if that's going to happen. Huge touchdown, and he does win. Andrew Luck is a Super Bowl champion. I broke the game, dude. I literally broke the game. There you go. Andrew Luck is a Super Bowl champion. And thank God my gamer tag's on the screen, because if there's anything I wanted to ruin this moment, enhance this moment, it would be to have, the fact that we're playing a video game and the online service that isn't even related to the game on my screen. I love it. I love that, because clearly all these rebuilds we've done and, Super Bowl wins and all that, it's clearly leveling me up, right? I'm level 1 still. It's a lot of XP, clearly. That's how that works. If you couldn't tell, I'm alluding to the fact that there's no reason for that to exist here. We're not leveling up. There's no leveling system here. So you keep showing me a freaking level that has nothing to do with franchise. Fix the game. Oh my God, Andrew Luck, I'm sorry. Okay, I had to yell in front of you. Had to yell, but good touchdowns. Yards are solid. Completion percentage is a little low, but it's fine. Good game. Barnett is okay. Nothing special. I see that all the time. Shakir, though. He's like a 70 overall, and he's still just killing it. Unbelievable. Well, Andrew Luck's Super Bowl champion. I'll show you guys, no funny business went around. Because, like I said, it is sort of a horse in the race, because I want these guys to do well. I want it to be very interesting. And if you're not winning a Super Bowl ever, it's not super interesting. Could have had 2 of them, though. That's what really kind of hurts the most. But there you go. At least retiring 1 Super Bowl, 1 regular MVP, and potentially Super Bowl MVP. No, Shakir, what a thief. He actually just thefted Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck retired early, Shakir. He's like, yeah, well, my career is going to last as long as that as well. I'm a wide receiver. Although it's kind of on par for more than that, right? Pick 32, they land a safety. Finally invested in wide receiver. Leon Clifford, 6'1", 21. A little mid, I'll admit, but he's okay. Andrew Luck continues to regress. 96 overall. It's not too bad, though. It's only 2 points after, being 33 now. What is his actual regression point? So he lost 14 overalls. He lost 2 speed, though. That's kind of a significant one. Injury takes a little bit of a hit, but it's still really high. Yeah, he's still good. Still good. That's all that matters. Coming off of a bye-week season Super Bowl win, we have another bye week. Could be another one. 41 touchdowns, 7 picks, 4,300 yards. Arguably his best season yet. 6 more on the ground. Could be an MVP yet again, and he is 2 times Super Bowl, regular MVP. Not even Super Bowl MVP, because he didn't even win the last one. Shakir's not around, though, anymore, so it's Jover. He's obviously winning it this time. It really does suck that he's... actually, I don't know if is he even here. I didn't look. I just assumed, right, he was pushed all the way down the roster. If not, he's like 4 or beyond. The Ravens, team that has taken out Andrew Luck's teams in the past many times. Not going to happen this time, though. Going against the Chargers. And unfortunately going to lose that one. Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. 2 Super Bowl wins. Would have had a chance at 3 if we would have won the other one. But nope, he's going to lose it. It's weird because I kind of want to just... I'm rooting for the Chargers now. You know, at least we lose the Super Bowl champions, if you will. As they lose anyway. So basically a complete waste. Let's take a look at that regression. See how harsh we're looking at. Because he's about to be... He's like 34 now. You know, it's definitely catching up. Down to a 95 overall. Still really good. Like, he is just barely moving here. Yeah, I mean, he loses the throw power, but overall only 8 points lost. It's not bad. Another season. Barnett, though. I got to say, this guy's kind of developing. I'm not really sure where that came from, but yeah, that's fantastic. Developed quicker than any of the running backs I usually start. We've got guys that, you know, get 1,000-yard seasons consistently and don't make it, you know, don't let it happen. That's Branch the DT. I was like, wow, they got an X Factor edge. No, they don't, unfortunately. Not quite a bye week, but back in the playoffs again. The consistency is looking good. I like it. Andrew Luck, really bad touchdowns. Yards are still kind of, you know, the normal. And then Barnett, a lot of touchdowns, but yeah, really bad season from him. Don't suspect much going on here. Iglesias from the Titans, a guy that was kind of backing up Love for a few years, ends up becoming the MVP of the league, somehow the number 2 AFC best QB, but Luck still in the top 10 for best QB. I mean, he's an older guy now, but his overall is still really high, so it's really surprising to me that he's played in some of these schemes, and then we lose to the Steelers right away. Maybe signaling the start of the end. But yeah, he's playing in some of these really good schemes, and yet not playing that well. They're just like, well, you're old, so you suck. That's what it feels like, at least. As we have another repeat Super Bowl between the Bears and the Chargers. Just so random, right? That's just so completely random. And I think the Bears just won twice, didn't they? They just won back-to-back years against them. Should be ashamed of yourselves. Looking at Andrew Luck, though, he is regressing a bit. He's 93 overall now. He's definitely taken a massive hit here. 11 points, though. It's not actually that bad. The overalls are starting to show, but the actual points themselves, it's not the worst I've ever seen. Nothing really changed with the lineup. The team's just getting worse. They're getting lower overall. They're getting worse. Even the defensive line is starting to, you know, fall apart. The corners have fallen apart. Nobles is, you know, he's going strong, but everyone else is getting older around him. 12-5. The win percentage for McDermott must be like one of the greatest of all time at this rate, right? Like this last like half decade or a little bit longer than that has been unbelievable. Andrew Luck, really good performance, you know, kind of bouncing back from last season, which was not the best. Definitely not the best. Looking at sack totals, got a couple of guys in the double digits still, but Branch is definitely, you know, getting worse. Leonard, what a season from him kicking. Andrew Luck, where is he? A little surprised he's not in the top for MVP. Not maybe number 1, but on the list? No, number 9? Really? Wasn't the season before like 6th or something like that? I don't even know. The Titans, though, team he was just on, and he loses. Oh my God, we got to see this one, because unless Iglesias is gone, which I'm pretty sure it showed that he was still there, it was a 1-to-1 direct matchup between the guy that replaced Luck and Luck himself, and he definitely outplayed him. Not by like a crazy amount, but definitely did. Oof, that's tough. That's really tough. Still, you can't take away the one Super Bowl that he has on him. You know, he's at least won one. Maybe that'll change here. Maybe the Titans actually will win it. Wait, did the Titans win? They did win, actually. What am I even yapping about? They already did win one, I think. I'm pretty sure they at least made it. Let's take a look. Why not? Let's figure it out. Of course, we won one. And yeah, they won one. So what am I even yapping about? I don't know what kind of year that Andrew Luck's going to retire. So I'm going to take a quick look. I'm going to start looking at some of these ratings. 58,000 yards, 69% completion percentage, 108 passer rating, just under 500 touchdowns. Haven't really paid attention to how many Pro Bowls he's actually made. Let's see. So really good numbers. I mean, what year did he not have? So only 1 year, other than maybe his rookie year, was he under 100 passer rating. Those are absurd ratings, right? 6 Pro Bowls, though. A league leader in passing rating or passer rating once. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course. Best quarterback once. 2 MVPs. No, 2 QBs, actually. 2 best QBs. 2 MVPs and an Offensive Player of the Year award. So really good individual ratings. Super Bowl win. Yards, stats, all that good stuff. See if we can not, maybe add one more, though. Add one more Super Bowl win to the total. That'd be kind of cool. As the Bears, they've just been on a tear, dude. They've just been winning Super Bowls left and right. Let's take a look. Andrew Luck could be under 90 now. Probably should have put on Dev regression as well, because he's a 91 overall. Not that would have mattered. He doesn't even really... That 28 touchdown season maybe deserved to drop in Dev, but every other season he has not deserved to drop in Dev. So, yeah, he's still rolling along, dude. He's still trucking along. Draft recap, are they propping up a replacement at quarterback, Seth Adams? Super strong arm quarterback, looking like Big Ben right now. Literally the face is like literally Big Ben. Then the cornerback in the second round looking pretty good too. Not a bad draft, because we struggle. Like, I'll be real with you. If we didn't trade up in the third round, any draft where we had like pick 17 or later, we probably would have drafts that look like this. First two picks are good and the rest suck. So that's why those trade ups, they matter. Obviously, the trade down to get to the trade up. Did a lot of those in that Cowboys rebuild. Tell you what, be on the lookout for that later today. Be on the lookout. 92 overall, and it's only getting worse from there. But they do have a good quarterback in the backup spot, so they're not too worried. It's just us that are worried. Team, once again, it's going down. Nobles has been 92 overall for like the last 3 years, by the way. Dude is just Mr. Consistent. Oh, the first loss in a while, and the team is broke. Does Andrew Luck just call it quits, or is he going to move on to another team? Because not his best work, not the team's best work. They're broke, so they probably can't afford him. I think because of a season like that, I think it might be time to actually put on Dev regression. He was number 3. Brother, I don't understand how the worse the season, the better he is in the rankings. Like, that's number 2 best QB to you. Because to me, it's not. Of course, we'll take a quick glance at those numbers. 63,000 yards, just under 500 touchdowns. Rushing, 79 touchdowns, 7,000 yards. That's a lot of rushing yards, dude. I know they're in the Bills scheme, but damn, dude. That's like, is that greatest of all time rushing numbers? Because, QBs, obviously, you got some guys that are probably on par for better than that, but, it's not consistent numbers at QB for rushing. Yeah, as of right now, that would, obviously, Lamar Jackson probably passed that, but it would be the most rushing yards, 6,000 plus for a few guys. Vic and Lamar, but not 6 and 900. And Andrew Luck is, I'm pretty sure I simmed it, still an X factor, still a 91 overall. He really is not regressing, unless I literally didn't skip. Maybe I didn't. No, he did? Okay, 37 years old, going strong. 11 overall, 3 good draft picks, though. This defensive tackle doesn't really fit the scheme per se, but hidden dev could be a superstar dev. That's all that really matters, I suppose. But, yeah, definitely a nose tackle and a 4-3. Chris Kerr, normal dev, but potential. 78 power move rating. Not bad. Really surprised, though, that Andrew Luck is still the same overall. Obviously, getting that training camp XP and upgrades helps, but 85,000 XP for an upgrade point, and he's still this good at 37. It's pretty impressive, dude. And, yeah, let's go for another season. See if we can keep this train rolling. Hey, 16-1. What a year. Almost perfect. Andrew Luck looking like he's gearing up for MVP number 3. Really good time. That looks promising. It looks really promising. I don't even care about the defensive numbers. I just want to see this MVP. Yay, number 3. Iglesias, very fitting. The battle between the two. Pendleton killed it too. Best QB as well. Iglesias and him have been having this kind of rivalry battle, right? Both these guys won Super Bowl each, both from the same team. MVP battles, best QB battles. As the team looking promising to succeed in passing him. No, they're not. They're going to fail in the championship round against their division rivals, the Miami Dolphins. That is devastating. Another chance at a Super Bowl and just wasted. Just completely wasted. Do the Dolphins at least win a Super Bowl, please? Multiple times now? Nope, they don't. But I say multiple times now, we've been taken out by a team that probably shouldn't have beaten us just based on what we look like. 16-1. As there's a bit of more of a drop. 38-year-old Luck is now an 89 overall. We do have Dev regression on, by the way, so there's no arguing like, well, you should have put it on because he's going to last forever. No, that's not the case. But yeah, just another lackluster one. Another lackluster finish. Had a chance at another Super Bowl. Didn't even get back there. And ultimately, Still stuck at that one Super Bowl title. This is feeling like an Aaron Rodgers type of sim. He's one Super Bowl or one MVP away from tying him. Of course, multiple Super Bowl trips at least, but yeah, he's literally almost the exact same as Aaron Rodgers at this rate. Which I think in real life, I don't know if he would hate that, right? I mean, Rodgers had a pretty damn good career and got the Super Bowl title. Say what you want, the Tom Brady's and now Patrick Mahomeses of the world have kind of skewed the view of how hard a Super Bowl is to win, but it is, so one and done is fine. I mean, that's Dan Marino's still one of the greatest ever, and he didn't win one. But yes, it hurts. If Marino even won like 2 or 3, he might be considered the GOAT. All right, another season. 38 years old now. Adams being wasted in the background. Wide receivers have really been struggling to keep up with the team. O-line looks actually pretty good, though. D-line, a shell of what it used to be. Free safety Noble's down to a star. It's just terrible. It's a team that is just falling apart. 9-8, missing the playoffs, but still a good year from Luck. Number 2 in yards, touchdowns at 32, 8 picks. Pretty damn good season yet again. 10 rushing. He might actually be MVP again. It's a lot of touchdowns. Number 2. He would have literally been Aaron Rodgers if he would have got that MVP. Would have been 4 MVPs, really high passer rating through his career, but only 1 Super Bowl. It would have been, but nope. It is not quite yet. Not quite yet. He's still, I think, good enough, young enough here to potentially, play a couple more seasons. Do want to make sure, though, because I can't remember if there's like a cutoff. I think the quarterback just is one of those positions where they literally won't retire you until you're like a 12 overall, pretty much. But Andrew Luck, 72,000 yards, 567 touchdowns, passer rating of 108.9, 70% completion percentage. Record books, got to be in the top 10 all-time for yards. Not going to be able to see it because I forgot how they changed it. As far as for this team goes, though, might be. Damn, Andrew Luck. I guess, to be fair, Josh Allen left a little early, but Andrew Luck, the Bills all-timer. Impressive. Also, the Titans have won another Super Bowl. Tell me it's not Iglesias. The rivalry is too strong. You gotta tell me they lost them somehow. No! Also, he is regressing vastly quicker. 83 overall as a 35-year-old, whereas Andrew Luck's like, what is regression? What does that mean? What does that word mean? What are you talking about? Andrew Luck's like, nah, I don't know what that word means. Yeah, he's still an X Factor. To be fair, now he is, he's really showing at 86 overall, but he's still an X Factor. I have regression on. Doesn't matter for him. He's just him. He retired an X Factor, let's be real. Oh, Andrew Luck's gone. He's a goner. Where is he? He is a cowboy. Damn. On a steel horse he rides. Wanted. Dead or alive. You know how hard it was for me to not actually properly sing that? Like, that is just one of those, verses that just, it'll get to you. Wait, back this up a little. One sec, back it up a little bit. That was, in fact, the number 1 overall pick. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Will say, though, this is a diabolical draft. They drafted 2 6'6", very good hidden dev edge rushers in the same class. That is crazy good. That is one of the best 1-2 picks I've ever seen. Back-to-back picks, that is filthy. Both star dev kind of sucks, but unbelievable. I will say a wrong scheme, assuming they didn't switch to a 3-4, but damn, that was actually pretty insane. 87 overall because of training camp. Andrew Luck taking over the helm for a depleted Dallas Cowboys roster. They got a white running back. If you want to know how bad things have gotten here, we got a white running back, which I think is kind of cool. It's very unique. I almost want to do a franchise where that happens, but it's obviously kind of rare. But yeah, white running back. That's why Dallas is drafted number 1 overall. That's all I gotta say. I will say the Andrew Luck effect is in full effect. 11-6 following the number 1 overall draft pick season. The number 1 scoring offense with Andrew Luck coming along. 45 touchdowns, 6 picks, 4,300 yards. It's all coming around, baby. Impressive season, though. We'd have to see what this playbook looks like because I don't think it's actually the Cowboys. And there he goes. He is officially, as of right now, Aaron Rodgers, which is, once again, not a bad comp. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at these the scheme, though. I imagine it's a different scheme. Also, the Colts head coach, mind you. Okay, that is freaking weird. That is insanely weird. How did that even happen? But here you go. The Cowboys versus the Bears. Bears have been kind of winning a lot. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Unfortunately, then did the damn thing. Once again, super lackluster. Couldn't even get through my thought. And, we've already lost. The season's already over. Let's take a look at that Andrew Luck dev. Oh, my God. Okay, so it might have just been, pure age. 40 years old. They're like, okay, time for you to leave, buddy. He went from X Factor straight to normal. Holy crap, he was the MVP. I mean, I get it, right? At some point, you've got to retire, right? But, this is kind of the reason why I don't do dev regressions. Because the MVP of the league just regressed into the ground, Kind of tough. It's kind of tough business. Should be a starter, though, again, for one more season. He's in a 79 overall. Still higher than Ferris. We'll see if they actually want to keep him around. But this might be the end. This might be the end for old Andy Luck. 24 overall, safety and tackle. Big question is the tackle hidden? He is. All right. Could be the final season. At least the final season of Andrew Luck being a starter, because he went down hard. From 86 X Factor to 79 normal. That is a drop-off that I do not feel like can be coming back from. 83 overall, the team made the playoffs, just didn't do a whole lot with it. Oh, I knew it was going to be bad and worse, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad and worse. Luck was okay. Running was terrible. Receiving was actually okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm going to look at the stats, though, because I'm thinking this could be, it. 109 passer rating, unbelievable. 70% completion percentage, unbelievable. Almost 10,000 attempts, 80,000 yards, 639 touchdowns. Finished with 105 touchdowns on the ground, 8,800 yards on the ground as well. I mean, he's basically got the perfect career. I would not play another season if I was him, but he is a different breed. Maybe he will play anyways. Not on the quarterback list for top 10. I feel like when you're not in the top 10 for QBs anymore on your respective conference, it's time to pack it in, baby. And the thing is, he might not actually retire here, but realistically, we should just, cut the rope a little bit. He's just a backup. At best, he becomes a Super Bowl backup, which, yeah, it does count. It goes on his record, and, people will be like, oh, it's your Super Bowl champion, but, people always do that, so it doesn't matter that much. It's still better than not, but it's not, truly winning one. 74 overall now for Mr. Andrew Luck. He's 41 years old, dude. He got out at the right time in real life, apparently. A lot of deep accuracy drop-offs. Still very good, though. I could easily start that guy. If you got a rookie quarterback with those ratings, you'd be like, oh, damn. So he was good, So say what you will, but he is still, him. But, yeah, he's not going to be a starter anymore. That's pretty much it, but we'll follow. We'll just, we'll cross the T's, dot the I's, all that. We'll just make sure, if he doesn't join a roster, if he's not on a team, we'll call it there. But, as of right now, I think he's going to be on the Cowboys team. Going to go best available, best roster. We'll see what happens. Damn, Luck is the third quarterback on this team now. They actually went with a quarterback, Verdon. Let's take a look at that draft recap real quick. Just wanted to make sure Andrew Luck was still here. Verdon, number 3 overall. They go right guard, left guard. Running back in the 4th round, was that? 5th round? Pretty damn good looking player there. Neil Verdon, really good. Medium accuracy, short accuracy, unbelievable. Deep accuracy, pretty good. Decent throw power. They got their QB of the future, it seems. Likely the final season. Andrew Luck's a backup on a team that was 4-13 last year. So, there's really not much more to look at from there. We're gonna simulate it. I just hope he kind of retires, I just want him to retire, because at this point, it's like, well, what are we even doing here? Honestly, at this point, I'm probably just going to sim each season. And if we win a Super Bowl, I'll be like, hey, look, we won a Super Bowl. If not, we might just skip right to the end of this thing. I'll look, but you won't. Oh, we actually don't have to wait long at all. Andrew Luck retires after 20 years in the NFL. We'll see if we can take a look at that legacy score, see the updated stats and awards. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner. I actually thought he was going to stick around for another year or two. We've done a couple of these things now. We've seen how it goes, but he actually retires after 20 years, the perfect number. And once again, basically retires as Aaron Rodgers. Pure legacy score, though, I'd imagine, I was about to say, I'd imagine he'd be up there. 1 Super Bowl, 2 championships, 21 awards. Would they actually have Rodgers on this list? I don't think so, right? Because, I mean, Rodgers would have been way higher than this, surely, right? Yeah, there's no way he wouldn't have been higher than that. But, I really wanted to compare the two because, like I said, I mean, it's very similar. 1 Super Bowl title. He did get more, trips to the Super Bowl, obviously, but 1 Super Bowl title, I believe, exactly 4. Can we actually look through here at his tally? We can. Nice. But yeah, he retires a 68 overall. It's got the 4 MVPs. Very similar. Let's see. So MVP 2, 3, 4 MVPs, 4 best QBs, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year 3. You can argue a little bit better, though, right? The numbers, I imagine, are better than Rodgers. 9 Pro Bowls as well, 2 league leader passer rating. But, similar, for, kind of the awards for the most part. But stats a little bit better for Luck, anyways. And made more Super Bowls. So there is the career resimulation of Andrew Luck. He wins a Super Bowl if he sticks around longer. And not much longer, mind you. What was he, like 32, I think, when he won that Super Bowl in this one? But, like I said, if you guys want to see more of these, kind of career simulations, career resimulations, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. That definitely gives me, idea that you want to see them. But more importantly, let me know who you'd like to see next. Like I said, could just straight up go right to RG3 afterwards. The what could have been draft class. Regardless, though, thanks for watching. All the guys come back for next video, which we'll have, speaking of, Cowboys Joe Milton rebuild a little later today. But until next video, see ya. And again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you a ton. Once again, if you weren't aware, we have exclusive members-only rebuilds on the channel. Check them out if you haven't already. And maybe that's a reason to become a new member if you haven't already. Click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. Regardless, members or not, appreciate you all for watching, and see